Let's give it up for our next TED-like talk.
So AI has been a buzzword, right? Like Joseph talked about it, Amber touched upon it, Shivani, spoke about some of the dark patterns, right? And there was a synthetic research topic also regarding AI, right? So how many of people here are, kind of designing for AI kind of experiences, right? Can I see a show of hands here? Okay. Quite a lot of them. Okay, perfect. So yeah, getting into the talk, right? I'll start with a quick quote, right? So this is by Mark Weiser, and it usually says that the most profound technologies are those that disappear. They weave themselves into the fabric of everyday life until they are indistinguishable from it. Why this, right? So if you'll see slowly and steadily, any technology that comes in, it slowly and it just gets, the users get adapts to it. That's number one. Number second, people, forget the technology behind it, right? So moving on, this is what I think of, right? Today we are designing the interfaces that will make AI agents disappear into the fabric of human experiences. So that's the basic challenge, as well as it's also an opportunity and our responsibility as a UX designer, right? So why this movement matters, right? Designing for agentic AI, the whole AI world, right? Why does this matter? So there's an AI evolution. So there was a time when autocomplete was there, right? The GPT-2 era, I called it. Then conversational AIs, chat GPT, and then, now the autonomous agents are there, auto GPT, right? So AI is no longer just reactive, it's autonomous. That's what I covered right now. And UX is no longer just about usability. It's more about alignment and collaboration. So if you would have seen in Joseph's talk, Joseph spoke about the whole end-to-end experience, right? Of booking a cab, getting a coffee ready and everything. So what was that, right? Like let's talk about those kind of things now. Not covering on this, what is agentic AI? I think it has been covered a lot. Yesterday also design and AI was there. So just to be on that side, but just to, say that from tools, single function, to assistant that respond to queries, and now agents that, pursue goals autonomously. So if you'll see overall, in this today's agentic AI era, right, there are three big shifts that have happened, right? We spoke about technology shift, which is, people try to take it differently. They say that new technologies are coming, new kind of interfaces are coming, right? But if you'll see from that, from a experience point of view, right? So the technology has changed from being a reactive AI to persistent and planning agents. There's a behavioral shift which is common, which was command based. Now it is collaborative workflows. And on the design shift size, earlier there were fixed flows. Like everybody here creates user flows, right? So now it has changed to dynamic systems. Why? Because there is no if else. It's more of like, I would say more of a dynamic nature, right? You don't know what the user exactly gonna do post doing a previous task. Now, moving on ahead, just trying to say that okay, we'll try to understand these shifts, right? What this means for UX. So, if you'll see from a technology shift perspective, AI can now plan multiple step workflows, memory persistence across sessions, integration with multiple tools, and self-correction and adaptation. Similarly, on the behavioral shift, user express goals, not steps, iterative refinement, delegation versus direct control, and trust building over time. Design shift, again, very simple here, right? Flows become dynamic, interfaces adapt to context, and progressive disclosure of complexity. So on the UX implication side, right, if you'll see, we are moving from designing interfaces to designing relationships. That's very important in today's time. Why? Because, right, if you'll see, the example that Joseph took was, again, what was it? It was trying to build a relationship between the AI and the normal user. Why that is important? Right? We spoke about that AI could be a companion, AI could be an orchestrator, and all those kind of things. But at the end of the day, if you want the adoption to happen, you will have to design relationship between the AI and the users. Coming on to UX challenges here, I think a lot of this have been covered, but some challenges that I feel is that there is an opacity issue, that users don't know what AI is doing. So show plans, steps, and reasons. That's the UX direction that you can take. There's misalignment. AI goals may diverge for user intent. So enable co-specification and iteration. Trust gaps, like designing for trust has been like a very big user principle, right? So users don't feel safe delegating. Add confidence signals. And there's an autonomy drift, which is basically AI continues acting past scope, right? So bounded autonomy plus interruptibility is important. So we spoke about these challenges, right? Now let's see that challenge from a very practical perspective, right? So let's see that there's a user prompt, right? Plan a productive week for me next month. I have 3 client presentations, need to hire a designer, and what to spend more time with family. So here's an opacity issue for this, right? That AI silently books meetings, block calendar times, user has no idea what's happening. Better UX could be reviewing your calendar and then, found 3 slots and those kind of things can be there. Then there is a misalignment issue. AI schedules family time at 6 a.m. because it's available without understanding the context. So better UX could be, when do you prefer family time, right? Options could be shown. Trust gap issues. User is worried AI might double book important meetings or miss something critical, right? So high confidence, 3 slots found, and plus undo options should be there. Now there's an autonomy drift issue. AI starts contacting clients directly, send emails, book venues, and without permissions, right? Better UX, I can draft emails, but need approval, right? That's how you will see that, all of those challenges can be brought in with an example for a better understanding. Yeah, so let's see about based on this, right, what we just spoke about, the challenges, the practical aspect in the real-time example, right? What are the key design principles that you can take forward, right, or from an agentic AI point of view? So there should be a visible planning, always show what's next, right? Goal negotiation, refine goals together, bounded autonomy, set scope limits, interrupt loops, give users a way to change course, and explainability. Justify even every step when needed. Yeah, so based on this, there's some of the things that I have experienced in my past experiences. So these are some of the emerging UX pattern that you'll see, right, a lot in the agentic AI space. One is a plan viewer, then there is command overlay, right, and inline prompt control, confidence badges, memory and feedback, and goal reframer. Now, based on these principles and some of these emerging UX patterns, right, there's a case study, right? I've just take up a very simple one, which is an AI travel agent. So the scenario is user's request is to book me a flight to Tokyo next month for a business trip. Context is corporate travel policy, budget constraints, user preference unknown. So on the left, you can see the traditional approach. What happened? AI booked a $3,200 business class ticket. Users discovered most cost after booking, exceeds company policy. Users cancels and loses trust in system. Problems: no value alignment, no transparency, no user control. If you would have taken an agentic UX approach, what could have happened is AI asks, what's your budget range? Shows plan. I'll find out options under $1,500. Presents 3 options with trade-offs. Users approves economy plus priority boarding. Then UX patterns used: goal negotiation, dialogue, transparent planning, and review before commit. So if you'll see from this, the key learning that I've again tried to show here is that trust is built through transparency and user control, not just successful outcomes. See, the outcome was same, right? In the traditional approach as well as the agentic UX approach. The plan was done, the ticket was booked, but was there a user control? Was there a transparency? No, at the end of the day, the user canceled the ticket. So yeah, based on this, a couple of things, I have few final thoughts that designing for agentic AI is equal to designing for relationships. That's very important to know, because in today's time, if like you've been hearing out, right, that people who uses AI will take your job and those kind of things, right? So that's basically creating a solid relationship between your AI companion or the AI tool you're using. Focus on transparency, correction, and negotiation. It's not just about interaction, but partnerships. So I always, advocate for, human plus agent partnership. So the call to action is prototype with autonomy in mind, create patterns that scale trust, help users and agents co-evolve. Because, if you'll see, these three things again will tie up to that statement what I started with, that you have to build your human plus an agentic AI partnership. I just say that the future isn't just intelligence; it's agentic and it's need great UX. Thank you very much.